Hi guys, it's Amy. Before we get started with today's video, I'm going to apologize for any noise that you might hear. I'm having some construction done in my house. We're remodeling our basement, and so there's some workers here making some noise and shouting. The joys of working from home. So if you hear some noise in the background, that's why. I'm sorry. So today is March the 13th, 2017. I had my surgery a little over a year ago. So I had my surgery on March 16th. No, just kidding. March 10th, 2016 with Dr. Michael Tyner, a bariatric specialist of North Carolina. The procedure that I had was a modified duodenal switch. My starting weight was 401 pounds. That was the beginning of my pre-op diet. My surgery weight itself was 379 pounds, and my current weight is 210 pounds. So since my highest weight, I've lost 191 pounds, which is crazy. It's like an entire person, an entire, not small person. I'm almost at the point where I'm literally half the person that I was, but I'm not there yet. But we'll get into that a little bit today. I had my 1 year post-op appointment with my doctor's office today, so I wanted to come and do a video and tell you guys how that went while it's still relatively fresh in my brain. So a couple of weeks ago, prior to this appointment, I went and had my labs drawn, so that way we could discuss the results at my appointment today. Around that same time, I also had to have a follow-up appointment with my hematologist about my iron infusions because I do have iron deficiency anemia. So around that time, they confirmed that my ferritin levels were low, and ferritin is basically your iron storage in your system, and they were low. So since then, I have had 2 iron infusions. My most recent one that I just had was just this past Friday, just a couple of days ago. I don't feel any different. They said, you know, you don't expect to feel any difference, you know, until like a month later after your second session. So I've had 2 sessions, don't feel any different, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, in a few more weeks or a month. So in terms of my lab results, everything seems to be pretty good with the exception of iron. Everything's within the normal range. There were a couple of results that were still within the normal range, but they were a little bit lower. It wouldn't take a whole lot for them to kind of drop considerably. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking some additional supplements for some of those, in addition to my current vitamin regimen. And those are going to be vitamin A, D3, and zinc. So if I take a look at some of my labs, my vitamin A, they want it to be between 38 and 98, and mine is 43. So it's kind of close to that lower. So, you know, it's 43, the lowest is 38. So it's just kind of hovering there. So I'm going to start taking some additional iron, A3 to supplement as well. Let's see. My iron is low. We know that. Vitamin K is good. Vitamin D. So I'm going to start taking some additional D because the reference or the normal range is between 30 to 100, and mine is 40. So I'm going to start taking some additional D3 just to help keep those levels up because it's much easier to bring them down than it is to boost them up. So I'm going to start taking some extra vitamin D3. My A1C, which is really exciting for me because when I was pre-op, I had type 2 diabetes. I think when I was first diagnosed, they wanted to be underneath 7. And I think the very first time I went there, it was like 14, and then it dropped to 10. And then, you know, once I started, you know, taking insulin and all that stuff, it got to be within a normal range of under 7. But as of today, or as of these results, my A1C is 4.6. So I'm not even pre-diabetic or anything like that. Everything seems to be really good with that. I'm going to start taking additional supplementation for my zinc. They want it to be between 60 to 130, and mine is 67. So it's definitely on the lower range. So I'm going to start taking some additional zinc as well to help supplement. But let's see, everything else seems to be really, really good. I am going to be changing up my calcium. The calcium that I have been taking is just a Costco brand, just the Kirkland brand. It's calcium citrate. which is not, apparently it's not the best calcium to take because for due to, malabsorption issues. So I'm going to change that up. I'm going to stop taking that. I'm almost out of it anyway. So this is a great time for me to change it up. And I'll show you what I'm going to be taking in just a few minutes. And I think a good indication of that I need to change up my calcium is because my my levels were a little bit higher, which means that it's very possible that the calcium was being leached from my bones, which indicates that I'm not taking the right calcium. So the calcium that I'm going to be start taking is this. It's Jarrow Bone Up 3 a day. It's I don't know how to pronounce this. It's some crazy. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. But I've been told by a lot of vets that this is the good stuff. So it says 3 a day, but I'm actually going to take 6 a day. Space them out in 3 different doses. I'm going to take them 3 times a day, and 2 each. So I'll take 6 of these a day. So I think with all that stuff, my levels are okay right now. They're pretty good. They're all within normal range with the exception of iron, but I don't want them to plummet. So I'm going to start being a little bit more proactive and taking some additional supplementation. So overall, the doctors were really, really pleased with my results. So in terms of excess weight, I've lost about 81% of my excess weight that I wanted to lose. I'm about, I'm about 40 pounds away from my BMI goal weight of 170. I'm about 5'9". So they want me to be, from a BMI perspective, if you believe in that sort of stuff, they want me to be about 170 and I'm about 210. So right now I'm about 40 pounds away from that. Personally, my personal goal is to be under 200. As you guys probably know from the previous videos that I've done, I've been big, my entire life. I went into the 9th grade being over 200 pounds. So at this point, I'm certainly the lowest I've ever been in my adult life. And I'm almost the lowest that I've been, in my adolescent life. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm only 10 pounds away from that personal goal. Once I hit that personal goal of mine, I will have officially lost more weight than I currently weigh. I've almost lost an entire person, losing 190 pounds. But if I can go to below 200, then I will have lost over 200 pounds and I will weigh under 200 pounds. So I will have lost more weight than I currently weigh. So that's a big deal for me. I am planning on celebrating that. I'm planning on getting a tattoo. That's going to be my big, sort of reward. I'm not going to do it before then because I can't celebrate that success until I meet that achievement. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to tell you what the tattoo is right now, but I do have plans for a specific tattoo that I have in mind. I haven't really decided where I'm going to put it on my body quite yet. I got a couple ideas, but more on that later. In terms of my exercise regime, they want me to continue what I'm doing. Basically, I do cardio 5 days a week, minimum of 45 minutes a day. we'd had some discussions about plastics, because I do, after losing 190 pounds, I've got some loose skin issues. The doctor recommended that that's something that I want to pursue, and that's perfectly fine, but they would recommend, because your skin will bounce back a little bit after you lose weight, your skin will retighten. So typically they like to visit or have those discussions around 18 months or 2 years post-op. So we'll have that discussion at my next appointment about that, whether or not that's something that I want to pursue. I think so. I'm really fortunate. I mean, I've got that apron thing, on your lower belly, the pannus, and so that's something that I would like to get rid of. Fortunately, I don't have any, knock on wood, I don't have any issues with infection or rashes or anything like that. I'm pretty good about, I put on powder, like Gold Bond powder, after I get out of the shower and stuff like that, just to absorb some of the moisture, so that way I don't have infections or anything like that. So touch wood, everything has been good so far. So we'll see. But I do have trust that I have excess skin issues that I'm dealing with. So I'm probably going to add up a little bit of strength training into my exercise routine. Just to help tone up a little bit where I can. You know, I've got some flabby skin, you know, here and certainly on my legs. Like I can grab, you can't see, I can grab a handful of skin on my legs and it ain't pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do this summer when it comes to shorts or bathing suits, because let me tell you, just upper thigh, midsection area, nobody wants to see that. So we'll see. In terms of my eating routine, they are really pleased with it. They asked me how many times I eat in a day, and I said, I was kind of embarrassed. It's like 5 to 6 times a day, and they were elated with that. They said there's a lot of people who don't eat that frequently. They only eat like 2 to 3 times a day, and they say part of the reason why I've been so successful is because I eat like 5 to 6 times a day. I'll have my morning breakfast, and when I say morning breakfast, what I'm constituting as a meal is not really a meal. It's like coffee with some protein powder, about 10 grams of protein powder in it. That's it. And then my morning snack, generally it's some sort of protein drink, whether it be Premier Protein. Usually I do the Syntrax Nectar protein drinks, and that's about 27 grams of protein. And then the rest of it I get through food. And then I'll have lunch, I'll have an afternoon snack, which is usually like a yogurt or something. And then I'll have dinner, and then the evening I'll have some sort of snack too. So I'm eating frequently throughout the whole day, and they seem to indicate that that's one of the reasons why I've been successful. So they want me to continue doing that. They did say that because I'm exercising so frequently, I should increase my calories to about 1,400 a day. I had been going at about 1,200 a day, but because I'm burning so much off, they want me to, you know, eat a little bit more. So I'll make those adjustments in my FitnessPal and start, you know, moving more towards, you know, 1,400 to 1,500 a day, depending upon, you know, how many calories I'm burning as well. But they seem to be pretty happy that the majority of my protein is through food. As opposed to just like taking protein shakes all day long. So they're happy with that, and that seems to be good. So overall, I think it was a pretty good appointment. She said that I'm definitely ahead of the curve. I'm only 40 pounds away, you know, only 1 year out from my goal weight, and starting at over 400 pounds. They seem to be really happy with that. So just to tweak a couple of things like those vitamins, and, you know, start doing a little bit of strength training to help tone up some of my loosey-goosey, whatever, hot mess thing, and that will help. And then it'll help when we have the next discussion about plastics in like 6 months to a year. So that's about it on that. I made some notes here. Let me just see if I kind of touched on a lot of them. I think we did. I am going on a trip at the end of this week. I'm going away. One of the good things about working from home, like my home office right here, is that I can kind of do it anywhere. So I am going to, while this construction project is happening in my basement and it's loud and annoying, I'm going to go up north and visit my family and my friends in my hometown in Canada. And I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. Now, this will be the first time that I've left home since surgery for that amount of time. So I'm trying to plan proactively, you know, keeping in mind that I'm definitely a creature of habit. There are certain products that I get here religiously. For example, my yogurts. I love the Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt. They're awesome. That's not available up north. So what am I going to do? So I'm just trying to plan as well as I can. They do have Costco there, so I'll certainly check that out. Probably get some Premier Proteins to help with some of the protein a little bit. You know, have 1 or 2 of those a day. Probably just 1 of them a day. And then the rest I'll get through food. Another thing that I need to consider is that I'm going to be crossing a border. So, you know, what can I take? What can't I take? What do I clearly label and all that? I have packed some stuff in terms of a few protein bars, should I want them. I don't generally eat protein bars like at all, but it's just an alternative source of protein should I need it. I'm going to pack some. In terms of my vitamins, I typically do a week's worth of vitamins in, you know, these little containers. So for example, this one says Tuesday. So this is, you know, my stuff that I'll take tomorrow. And I just kind of, you know, there's 2 multivitamins in there, and, you know, the different vitamins that I'm taking or I will be taking. This also includes the extra supplements that I'm going to be taking. So I will take that. But the thing is, this is only a week's worth and I'm going away for 2 weeks. So what do I do about the rest? I don't want there to be a problem at the border when they're like, ma'am, why are you bringing all these damn pills into this country? Who are you? What are you doing? So, some other stuff that I'm going to take in addition to this. So once I go through a week's worth of stuff, that's great. Then I need to refill them. So here's my new calcium that I'm going to be taking. I also have my multivitamins that I take. My multivitamins, which I take 2 of these a day, in addition to the additional supplements. This one is actually, I'm going to cover it up. This one is actually a medication, like a prescription. This is for my thyroid issues, my Synthroid. So I'm going to take this in the original bottle, so that way they can see, you know, that this is registered to me and all that stuff, and it's legit. It's just not like a bag of pills. Additionally, what I've done, remove some of this, is for those additional supplements that I'm taking, such as, you know, my iron, my vitamin A, my vitamin D3, and my zinc. I just put them in this little big container that I have. You see a bunch of them there, and I put a little sticky note in each one of them. So, for example, this one right here, please don't all of them pour out. You see there's a whole bunch in there. I just put a little thing in here that says vitamin D3, take 2 of these a day. So I'm going to take that, and I will use these to backfill or to refill these once I'm there. And in case there's any issues at the border, it should be fine. Most of these are vitamins, so I mean, with the exception of my thyroid medicine. So I feel pretty confident that even if they were to confiscate them, I can buy some. I know exactly what it is that I'm taking, so I can just buy some more if I'm there. But I'm hopeful that because I'm pre-planning, I'm labeling everything clearly, that there won't be a problem at the border at all. So that's about that. I did pack some other snacks that I do tend to enjoy, like my favorite flavored pumpkin seeds, and I took some cashews that I like, in case I need some calorie dense, you know, extra protein. There are a lot of carbs in them, but they're good little snacks for me too. Oh, see, look, it's 11 o'clock. Time to take some vitamins. Perfect timing. So I'm going to take some of those while we're talking. Sorry. So, as I mentioned with the whole exercise thing, we've got a construction project going on in the basement. Typically, that's where I do my workouts. But for the meantime, my treadmill is right behind me. So it's here in my office. And so I will continue, you know, to do that during this construction project. I'm very fortunate that when I am working, when I'm in Canada, I'll be staying at my mom's house. And I can pretty much stick to my same routine there, because she has a treadmill there. So on my lunch hour, I will go do my workout. So I'll still continue to work out every single day, like I normally would, as if I was here. So I feel good. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I like a routine. It helps me stay consistent. And these look funny. Sorry, these are the additional supplements that I'm taking. Oh, they float. That's weird. Okay. So, that's about it. I'm excited to go home. I'm excited about travel. You know, back when I was pre-op, traveling wasn't that fun. And I did it fairly frequently, but, you know, I used to have to buy an additional seat on the plane so I could be comfortable and not, like, encroach upon the person beside me. So that was an extra expense, having to buy another, you know, seat. Some airlines are really good, you know, like Southwest. If you buy an extra seat, they'll always reimburse you, which is kind of nice. I always had to ask for a seatbelt extender, but those days are gone now, and I hope, knock on wood, I never have to see those days again, that I don't need to ask for a seatbelt extender. I'll have plenty of room there. So traveling, I'm hoping, is going to be much more fun, much more pleasurable than it used to be. So looking forward to going home and seeing my family and my friends and all that stuff. So it's been a hell of a year, guys. And I'm really glad that you've been here with me. I'm really glad that I've been able to chronicle, you know, my journey so far. It's funny, a while ago I went back and I was looking at my first videos, and oh my God, I was so fat. And I remember, I can just relate to what I was saying. You know, I wasn't happy. You know, I was sore all the time. And it's been a whirlwind year. It's hard to believe that it's only been a year, but it has. And I feel like I've come a long way. And for those of you who are just, you know, starting on your personal journey and all that, just, I would encourage you to document your journey, because it goes by fast. It goes by really, really fast. And I'm not there yet. Don't get me wrong. I am by no means done. I got plenty more to do. But it's just to see how far I've come in 1 year. It just makes me excited for what's to come in the future, that I have a future. I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have hypertension anymore. It's just, I feel like I got my life back, and I just wish that for everybody. Yeah. So thank you guys for all of your support and all of your love. And maybe I'll do a video when I'm in Canada, if I don't freeze to death. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys another time, okay? I love you guys. Talk to you later.